So, Kane, thank you for joining us. You've been named the club's PFA Community Champion, which is for the player who's made the biggest contribution in the community. How does that feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's lovely. We're a town club, so I think that bond of the supporters is all the more important. So to be chosen for this award is really, really nice. I think, like I said, it's important to have that relationship with the supporters. So yeah, to be a part of that is great.
Is that a big part of your sort of DNA almost? It's like there's an importance placed on giving back to the community.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've seen during the pandemic that football is nothing without the fans, and the stronger your relationship with the fans, I think the more it helps everybody on and off the pitch. We need them, they need us. So
Yeah, and the club's always been sort of a community family club. Is that something, I know it probably feels like you haven't been here that long, but due to the number of games you played, but is that something you see within Ipswich? It is that sort of family orientated club.
yeah, you see it all the time. It's a relatively small town compared to what I'm used to. So you see it when you're out, you see the flags everywhere, the signs everywhere, even kind of, people recognizing you, giving you a smile in the street. So it's really nice and refreshing, but it's very much a community club.
So very much one of the big contributions that you made, Kane, was right at the start in the first lockdown in March 2019 when the club launched Keep the Town Talking campaign, where coaching staff, players, staff at Portman Road, staff at Playford Road were all given season ticket holders over the age of 70s phone numbers, and you're all given sort of 10 or so each, and we got round to as many as we could, and you really sort of grasped that with both hands, didn't you, and built some really strong relationships.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really think anything of it at the start, but I think, I thought it was a great initiative. 10 minutes out of your day is nothing. And, living alone myself, I know I'm lucky enough that I'm kind of always on the phone. I've got people coming up and down, but living by yourself, you can see in the pandemic when you can't go out, how easy it is to become lonely and isolated. So 10 minutes out of your day is nothing, to cheer somebody up. And like I said, I didn't really think anything of it, but then it kind of went from there. You end up having a conversation, and then part of you wants to check on them, and then it just kind of snowballs from there, and it ended up being something that was really, really nice.
Yeah, and it wasn't just a one-off thing, was it? It was a regular occurrence. You had sort of set days with some of the fans that you built up relationships with. So just talk us through how that developed, Kane.
Well, like I said, you started off by calling some of the fans, and then you get into it, have a chat. They love to chat, which is really, really nice. You get a different perspective on things, and a different, yeah, like I said, a different voice, because I'm not really used to, I'm only going to really speak to people that are my own age or a few years older, not kind of, that demographic. So to speak to them was something really nice, and they had a lot of nice things to say about the club, their memories growing up. And then, like I said, it kind of went from there. You want to make sure that they're all right, because it's testing times for everybody. And before you know it, a year later, you're still talking, which is, yeah, it did really fly by, but it was, like I said, it's been absolutely lovely.
That's incredible that like a year later you're still sort of speaking to them. Still, they're probably like, it's maybe the highlight of their week, expecting a call from you every Wednesday. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's great to be able to give back. 10 minutes of your time is nothing. It puts a smile on their face. It puts a smile on my face as well. Different perspective on things. And yeah, like I said, it was something that I was really proud to do.
And obviously, you were also going through a tough time. You were injured, so did this actually help you as well?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, when you speak to people from different demographics, you get different perspectives. Like I said, it did cheer me up. We had quite a lot of laughs, and they've all been very supportive. And I mean, for the short times that I did get back on the pitch, then we were able to speak about that. And obviously, then the shoulder happened. So, but I'm hoping that next year it's a full run, and we're not speaking of any injuries.
You've probably gone through the whole journey of them, where they were probably shielding, getting home supermarket deliveries, all the way through to in recent months in 2021, where they've all hopefully had both doses of the vaccination. So that must feel like you've been through the whole sort of COVID, through the whole pandemic with them.
Yeah, which is really nice. I mean, like I said, I didn't realize how quickly time has flown by, but yeah, I remember at the start just being at home. They literally couldn't do anything. For them it was just best to stay at home, just because of the nature of the virus, and it was very prevalent back then. But like we've seen now, we're kind of getting back to normal. So I know that they've all had their jabs, so hopefully they're going back to some kind of normal life as well. But it's been great to be on that journey.
So one of the gentlemen that you spoke to, Gerald, Kane. What can you tell us about Gerald?
Gerald, he's a lovely, lovely guy. Very do you know what? I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but he's very, very I was surprised at how tech savvy he is. So when we speak, I'd give him like recommendations of what to watch, and he'd be on his Netflix. And then he'd give me a review the next week. Like my nan doesn't have a clue what day of the week it is in terms of that kind of stuff. Like she doesn't even know how to use a phone. So yeah, Gerald, he's a lovely guy. A really passionate supporter as well. But I only have good things to say about him, and he's been a massive help to me with my injury as well. So yeah, he's a great guy. It was a pleasure to get to know him.